There comes a moment in your life when something inside you whispers, softly at first, then louder, then unmistakably. You're not who you think you are. There's a depth within you that your name can't explain, that your past can't define, that your fears can't erase. Quantum physics is finally uncovering what Jesus tried to teach humanity 2,000 years ago. You are not separate from the divine. You are entangled with it, not as a metaphor, not as a symbol, not as a spiritual slogan, but as a structural feature of reality. The universe is not a cold machine. It is a network of consciousness, a living field, and you are woven into it. Once you understand that, your identity begins to shift. Your life begins to shift. So breathe. And let this message sink beneath your mind into the place where you still remember who you truly are. Because nothing in your life will remain the same after today. The science we didn't expect. When physicists discovered quantum entanglement, they uncovered a truth so impossible that it broke every rule they thought they understood. Two particles, born from the same event, remain connected across any distance. If one particle changes, the other reacts instantly, not quickly, instantly, across a room, across a continent, across entire galaxies. It doesn't matter. The universe behaves as if everything is one continuous field instead of separate objects. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance because even he, one of the greatest minds in history, could not fully grasp it. But Jesus did. He said, "I am in the Father, you are in me, and I am in you." In modern physics, this is literally a description of entanglement, a shared state, a unified field, a single consciousness expressing itself through many forms. Jesus wasn't being poetic. He was giving humanity the blueprint of reality itself, the identity you lost. Before the noise of the world reached you, before fear shaped your choices, before trauma shaped your voice, before society shaped your identity, you existed in perfect coherence with the infinite. You didn't learn connection, you originated from connection. Your spirit wasn't born empty, it was born entangled. But slowly, you forgot. You learned to doubt your intuition. You learned to silence your inner knowing. You learned to betray your own soul to fit into systems that never understood you. And because of that, you began to believe you were smaller than you truly are. But the truth hasn't changed. Your true identity is not the story you tell yourself. It is not your job, your failures, your successes, your wounds, or your labels. Your true identity is the field of consciousness within you, an extension of the same intelligence that spins atoms and orchestrates galaxies. Jesus wasn't trying to make you religious. He was trying to make you remember. Jesus, describing entanglement. Jesus spoke in metaphors because he was translating physics into human language. The kingdom is within you. I and the Father are one. You will do the works I have done, and greater. These weren't spiritual slogans. They were statements about how reality works. In quantum mechanics, there is no true separation. Everything is part of a single substrate, a unified field. In spirituality, Jesus described the same thing, a shared consciousness, a shared essence, a shared identity between God and everything that exists. Your emotions, your beliefs, your intentions, your state of being. They're not private. They are vibrations moving through the field. They interact with reality the same way a sound wave shapes water. When Jesus healed, he wasn't breaking physics. He was operating from a different layer of it. Why your life feels disconnected. If you're connected to something infinite, why do you feel disconnected? Why the anxiety? Why the confusion? Why the emptiness that follows you even into rooms filled with people? Because your mind forgets what your soul never lost. In physics, there is a phenomenon called decoherence. When a system falls out of alignment and can no longer express its original state. Spiritually, we call this separation, not true separation, perceived separation. Fear creates noise. Shame creates interference. Comparison breaks your natural frequency. Trauma changes the way you interpret reality. And the connection that was once effortless now feels distant. This is why Jesus used silence as a spiritual technology, because silence reduces interference, stillness restores coherence, and coherence reveals the truth. You never disconnected. You simply stopped hearing the signal. The field responds to your inner state. Jesus never said, according to your effort, according to your fear, according to your desire. He said, according to your faith. Faith is not belief. Faith is energetic alignment, coherence, resonance. When your whole being aligns, the field reorganizes itself around your internal frequency. If your heart radiates survival, you collapse a reality of survival. If your mind radiates fear, you collapse a reality of fear. If your spirit radiates trust, doors open, opportunities synchronize, events align. This is not magic. This is mechanics. The universe mirrors the observer. The hidden power you don't realize you have. When Jesus encountered people, he didn't focus on their illness, their shame, their past, or their limitations. He focused on the version of them that still existed in coherence, the part they had forgotten but he could still see. He saw wholeness where they saw brokenness. He saw potential where they saw failure. He saw connection where they saw separation. And because his consciousness held them in that identity, they shifted. Healing wasn't a miracle. Healing was alignment. Jesus didn't override reality. He revealed it. Imagine what happens when you hold yourself in the same coherence. Imagine what happens when you speak from entanglement instead of fear. Your relationships shift, your decisions sharpen, your path becomes clearer, your energy becomes magnetic, miracles become normal because coherence becomes normal. The return to who you really are. Take a breath. Feel the subtle truth inside these words. You are not a fragment of the universe. You are a fractal of it. A complete expression of the infinite compressed into a single point of awareness. You are not pursuing connection. You are remembering connection. You are not trying to become spiritual. You are recognizing that your very consciousness is spiritual. You are not reaching upward. You are awakening inward. Jesus never came to create followers. He came to awaken creators, beings who recognize their entanglement with the source and live from it. And if this message feels like remembering, it's because it is. You are returning to the truth beneath your identity, to the consciousness beneath your mind, to the entanglement you never lost. Welcome back. The future of spirituality. Consciousness as the new frontier. We are entering an era where spirituality and science are no longer enemies. They are merging. Neuroscience is mapping the effects of prayer. Physics is revealing the unity of the field. Psychology is uncovering the illusions of the ego. Biology is proving the intelligence of the body. Humanity is finally mature enough to understand what Jesus meant when he said, "The kingdom is within you." Spirituality is no longer about belief. It is about integration. The future belongs to those who can navigate the outer world with the wisdom of the inner world. To those who understand that consciousness is not a byproduct of the brain, but the architect of reality. You are not here to survive. You are here to awaken, to remember, to align, to create. Because your consciousness is not just observing reality, it is shaping it. If this message helped you remember a part of yourself you had forgotten, you're welcome to subscribe and stay close to this frequency. Not to follow a channel, but to stay connected to a field your spirit recognizes as home.